Hello, hello, good evening again. Good evening. Hi, everybody. Karibuni sana to the graduation and awards gala dinner. I'd like to recognize the presence of the Senator of Nairobi, Senator Sakaja. Karibu sana with your team. Senior Partner of Leading Reverend Gibson. Honorable members, MCAs, MPs, senators, our esteemed leadership coaches, I see you, karibuni sana. The partners of the Leading Young program, the Secretariat of KYPA, KYCA Foundation, ICC Nairobi, past staff, and all our esteemed guests. Thank you so much for making time to be here this evening. Thank God for each and every one of you. The message that you just heard was from Rob Hoskins, who's the global president of One. And Rob Hoskins has written a book together with Maxwell. They've co-authored a book, Changing Your World, which is about to be launched soon. So that message was from him specifically, each and every one of you, the MCAs on the Leading Young Fellowship. And so if you think, we'll be sending out that link to you later so that you can listen to it again. At this point, I'd like to invite us to stand as we sing the national anthem and the East Africa anthem. Thank you. Okay, there's a technical issue. We shall sing. We all know it, don't we? Yeah, right from nursery school. E Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, tupate na ustawi. Thank you. Do we have the East African one? Do we know the East African one? I understand the MCAs know it, right? Okay. So do I have a volunteer to lead us on the East African one? Oh, well done. You clap for yourself. Thank you, everybody. You may have your seats. And if, as you do so, if there's an MCA that is next to you, would you tell them congratulations? Congratulations. This is your evening. This is your day. You have earned it. You've done well the whole year. It's been a whole year of a Leading Young Fellowship, and we're going to hear more details about it. And as the evening is progressing, on the different screens, you'll be seeing the different, the photos and the names of each of the fellows and some of the coaches that have been working with them. So well done. At this juncture, I'd like to invite Reverend Gibson Anduvate to give the welcome address. Karibu sana. Please welcome him. He's the founder of the Leading Young program.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. We celebrate all the members of county assemblies. Thank you so much for making us so proud. We are so excited to be gathered here this evening, and you are the reason why we are here. We're here to celebrate you. You started well, but most importantly, you have finished well. We celebrate each one of you. I was telling Senator Sakaja that when I think about this year working with the MCAs, and I think about our program with the members of parliament, and Honorable Irene is here, I was telling her I've seen such tremendous commitment from the members of county assemblies. And I hope that KYPA is able to share some of the things that you have walked through. You know, there are some of you who have had 12 coaching sessions. That is record. I don't think we have any of our members of parliament who is close to that record. So you have done very well. You have done extremely well. And that gives me so much hope when I think about the future. When I think about the future of the nation, when I think about the future of where we are going. And we're going to get the opportunity to share a bit more later on. So that we are so proud of you. We are so excited to have you. And we celebrate each one of you. You know, when we started Leading Young, our first program was working with the members of parliament and the senators. And we are now in our second year of that program. And we were then invited to action with the KY MCAs. And we came and we had a very wonderful conversation under the leadership of Senator Sakaja. And we said, why don't we begin to do something for the MCAs? And that is where this whole conversation of us for members of county assembly was born. And I am so excited. When I was driving here this evening, I was so excited to come and to join with you. We were in Mombasa this morning, and we said we have to make sure that we are here to celebrate with each one of you. And you are the first cohort of members of county assemblies for generations to come. And so you are a special group, and you have reserved for yourselves a very special place in the history of this program. So once again, I would like to say welcome to each one of you. Know that we celebrate you. We are looking forward to this evening, to getting to celebrate each one of you in person. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Anduvate. There's a very special lady in the house that I'd like us to recognize, and that is Honorable Irene Kasalu. How are you? Thank you so much for coming and being here with us. She was in the first Leading Young program, and together with the team that went through coaching and training. And so this MCA team has been looking up to the MPs, to the women reps, to the senators who have gone ahead of them. And we thank you for setting the pace and being good role models to us. Thank you so much. And now we go straight into the awards. So I'm going to ask Reverend Gibson to come back here so that he can hand over the certificates. We have various categories, and the first category is for every MCA that went through the program and finished over the last 1 year. I think. And okay. Okay, we'll come up to the stage. All right. So I'm going to call the first one on our list. This is everybody who completely successfully completed the program. And this is over 40 of you. So I'll ask us to kindly come as quickly as possible so that you can get your moment on the stage with a photo with Reverend Gibson. So Honorable Anthony K. Mulu. Anthony Mulu. Is absent. Honorable Benson Tabo. Honorable Brian Osodo. Honorable Chris Markside. Rin Korir. Honorable Edwin Kutai. Honorable Edwin Lesiampe. Honorable Evans Mawira. Okay, some are coming. Karibu sana to the stage. Lesiampe, karibu sana, congratulations. Okay. Let's celebrate Honorable Lesiampe as he gets on the stage. Honorable Edwin Kutai is here. Let's celebrate him as he comes. Honorable Doreen Career, congratulations. Honorable Evans Mawira, Honorable Fahad Kasim, Honorable Francis Kibai, Honorable Frederick Opanga. Congratulations. Let's celebrate them as they come. Well done. We are so proud of you for completing this program. Evans Mawira. And then Frederick Opanga. Congratulations. Honorable Harrison Mwanzia Mutie. Honorable Hussein Abdi Wako. Congratulations, Harrison. Okay, Abdi Wako absent. Honorable Hussein Muhammad Dagane. Honorable Dagane, congratulations. Honorable Ibrahim Salah Adomo. Karibu sana, congratulations. Ibrahim Salah Adomo. Honorable Kevin Mahelo. Congratulations, Salah. Ibrahim Salah. Well done, Honorable Kevin Mahelo. Honorable James Boera Onyancha. Congratulations. Honorable James Nzamba. Honorable Jerute Barbengi. Congratulations. Honorable Joy Lisa Njagi. Congratulations. Honorable June Degwa. Well done. Honorable Dr. Kiprui Samuel Chepkwonyi. Well done. Honorable Leonard Ngenyi. Congratulations. Honorable Leila Muhandale. Well done. Honorable Lona Owino. Honorable Luke Opora. Lona Owino. Luke Opwara, congratulations. Honorable Martin Kimani. Congratulations. Martin Kimani, okay. Honorable Millicent Mugana Nthiga. Congratulations. Okay. Honorable Milka G. Ngare. Congratulations. Honorable Lucy Mugure. Honorable Milka, congrats. Honorable Lucy Mugure, congratulations. Honorable Nancy Okademi. Well done. Honorable Obed Mwale. Absent, sorry. Honorable Patrick Sosio. Congratulations. Honorable Patrick Mutahi. Honorable Shankaron Sheikh. Congratulations. Honorable Stephen Chege. Congratulations. Honorable Sumeya Bishar. Well done. Honorable Wanjiko Muhoho. Congratulations. Honorable Winnie Lanoi. And last but not least, Honorable Yahya Ahmed Shea. Okay. Honorable Yahya Ahmed. Congratulations. Honorable Chris Mark Said. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Can we just celebrate each and every one of them for their amazing, amazing work and dedication to the program. Now we have some other special categories, and I'd like to invite Honorable Irene Kasalu, if you could give these awards kindly. So this category is what we are calling the Personal Development Excellence Award. And these are this is in recognition of their commitment and dedication to personal development. So not only did they participate in this program, they actively participated in the workshops and coaching sessions. And during this season, most sessions were online. So they joined in the sessions regardless of the network challenges. And to our MCA fellows, you know what you went through. You know, for some of you, it was not easy where you are. The bundles sometimes would run out. The network sometimes would not shika. You know, the videos were not clear. You remember that? Yeah, and sometimes you'd be saying, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, can you see me? Yeah, and you forget sometimes what is in the background. Somebody's walking around with sufurias as you're having your evening session, and children, but you made it. So we want to recognize these who went through this we're giving them the Personal Development Excellence Award for going above and beyond. So Honorable Anthony K. Mulu, he's absent. Honorable Brian Osodo. Well done. You look good, you look good. Huh? It's your weakness, he says. Honorable Brian Osodo. Honorable Chris Mark Said. Thank you so much, you guys, for leading from the front. Honorable Edwin Kutai. Honorable Francis Kibai. Honorable Frederick Opanga. Honorable Ibrahim Salah Adomo. Honorable Inzofu Kevin Mahelo. Congratulations. Honorable Joy Lisa W. Njagi. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. We are not yet done. Honorable Kipkurui Samuel Chepkwony. Thank you so much, Honorable Irene. I'd like to invite Senator Maura Karibu Sana, he's in the house, to give the next batch of awards. This is still in the Personal Development Excellence category. Next is Honorable Leonard Ngenyi. And then Honorable Leila Muhammad. Honorable Luke Opwara. Honorable Martin Mwangi Kimani, excuse me. Honorable Millicent Mugana Ntiga. And you can see the counties they hail from on the screens. They're doing amazing, representing our country, leading from the front. Honorable Millicent, yeah. Honorable Milka G. Ngare. Honorable Nancy Okademi. Honorable Patrick Mutahi. Well done for going above and beyond. Good job. Honorable Rose Zige Shingira, or absent. Honorable Wanjiko Muhoho. Well done. Thank you, we are done. Thank you so much, Senator Maura. Let's appreciate him. So the next category, we'll take a small break, and then we'll call what we are calling the Outstanding Performance Award. These are the top 10 all-rounders. These are the ones, the top 10 that stood out amongst the rest. They have attended more than 5 coaching sessions and all the workshop sessions, and they go out of their way to get even more learning opportunities. And we are going to wait upon the Senator of Nairobi to give these awards out. So we'll take a short break and instead award our partner organizations. So the Leading Young program has been founded by ICC Nairobi in partnership with Ford Foundation, the Kenya Young Parliamentarian Association, KYPA, and the Kenya Young Members of County Police Association, KYMCA. These associations and organizations have staff teams, have secretariats, people that have been dedicated working behind the scenes. So there's the Leading Young Fellowship, and there's also the program that is running concurrently, Ps, the senators, and the women reps. And both have been going on successfully. And so we'd like to take this opportunity to invite, okay, great. Before we come to partners, Senator Sakaja, we invite you please to the dais. We'd like you to give out these Outstanding Performance Awards. These are the top 10 fellows of the Leading Young MCA program. And I'll just repeat why we are calling them the top 10. They're the ones who stood out from the rest. They have attended more than 5 coaching sessions and all the workshop sessions. They also go out of their way to get more learning opportunities. And so that's why they're distinguished in this program. We start with Honorable Brian Osodo. Well done. Honorable Chris Mark Said, you're next. Congratulations. Well done. Honorable. Fantastic. So we're telling you to keep shining, keep shining. Well done. Honorable Brian Osodo. Next, Honorable Chris Mark Said. Let's celebrate him. Honorable Frederick Opanga. And then Honorable Joy Lisa, get ready. Congratulations, Honorable Opanga. Honorable Dr. Kipkurui, get ready. Congratulations, Honorable Joy Lisa Njagi. Honorable Dr. Kipkurui Samuel Chepkonyi, let's celebrate him. Honorable Leonard Ngenyi. Honorable Luke Opwara, sorry, get ready. Congratulations, Leonard Ngenyi, let's celebrate him. Honorable Millicent Mugana. Honorable Milka Ngare, get ready. Honorable, okay, we have Millicent Mugana coming up. Let's celebrate her. Honorable Milka Ngare. And last but not least, Honorable Nancy Okademi. Well done. Senator Sakaja, we kindly ask you to remain there so that you can give an award to the secretariats, the partners who have made this program happen. So I'd like to call the Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association staff team, led by Mr. Anthony Buluma, their leader, who's the executive director of KYPA. Please come to the stage. Elvis, yes, all of you, you made it happen. Please let's come to the stage so that you can take a photo together. Come on, KYPA team, karibuni sana. They've worked very hard behind the scenes to make this program happen, and we celebrate them. Yeah, so just quickly, we have Benjamin, Nancy, Anthony, Senteman. You can raise your hands. Let's start from the back. Benjamin, then Senteman, Nancy, Elvis, and Anthony. Thank you very much for all your hard work this year. Next, we have the Kenya Young Members of County Assemblies Association, KYMCA team and secretariat. Please come to the stage. Karibuni sana. Well done to the KYMCA Secretariat. This was a new program for them this year, and they've done well. In absentia is Ford Foundation, who are actually the sponsors of this program. None of them was able to make it today. They sent their apologies. They had a team event. But last but not least is International Christian Center Nairobi, led by Reverend Gibson Anduvate. Winnie Nanjala, who's been coordinating this program. Winnie, could you come? The ICC team. Let's go to this stage. And myself. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate Senator Sakaja. Thank you very much. And now we're going to have a valedictorian address. And these are the top two MCAs, yeah? So the fellows. And the top two, Honorable Ngenyi. Please come. And Honorable Nancy Okademi. So hawa ndio wale cream of the cream. Eh? And they're going to give us a short address. Can I get their mics, please? Men first. Okay, nowadays I hear it's men first. So Honorable Leonard will give you the stage. Please go and karibu sana. Let's appreciate him. He's the top two.
Hello.
Could we have the mic on, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Senator Sakaja, Senator Moura, Senator Irene, and and all the distinguished guests and my fellow MCAs. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening again. Yes, I would like to thank all of you for this opportunity that you've given me. I'm so happy, I don't even know what to say, but I didn't know this would happen. And you know, when we started, I didn't expect that we would go up to this far. When they introduced us to coaching, I didn't know what coaching was all about. And when my coach called me and asked me about my expectations, you know, I told him that I only wanted to know my strengths, maybe the ones that I have not known. And one of the questions I asked him was, how do I move from point A to point B in my leadership? And instead of him giving me the answers, he was actually asking me more questions about how should I move on. So actually, he assisted me to realize or to put my ideas into actions and to move from step A to B on my intentions that I had in leadership and also personal life. So I really want to thank everyone today, and maybe to introduce my coach, who unfortunately is not here tonight, but his name is Reverend David Mutuku, an associate pastor with ICC, and I humbly request you that we applaud him. You help me applaud him. I also want to thank ICC for this opportunity that they've given us as leaders. You know, the problem, most of the problems in our countries, especially in Africa, is or lies with leaders. And when the church takes such a move to build leaders, to shape leaders, then the leadership in our countries would change. Nelson Mandela once said that a good head and a good heart are a formidable combination. But a literate, or when you add literacy or a literate tongue and hand, then it makes a good thing. But I want to maybe deviate a bit from that, in leadership, if we do not have values, integrity and all that, then I don't think we will go far. So the school teaches us, maybe gives us good heads or makes us literate. But now the church gives us a good heart so that we can become complete leaders. So I congratulate the church for the role they are playing in shaping the leadership of these countries. And I also thank them for this opportunity that they've given me. So for tonight, I don't have much to say. I'm so happy, and I'm proud to have been part of the first team of this program. So may God bless you all. And Academy, you know, in politics we always welcome the next person. So it's my opportunity now to welcome Academy Nancy to give her address. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. As you have all heard, I'm Academy Nancy, a member representing the County Assembly of Busia and a youth representative in Busia. I come from the diaspora, the last end of Busia, or the last end of this country. Today I'm pleased to be here and honored to give my address. It is a privilege and an honor to be standing in front of all the other fellows and my colleagues, my friends. I say thank you very much. Without you, I could not be standing here today, and also with myself, and the urge of learning more is what made me here today. But I know all of you have fight a good fight, and we are all here as winners and as graduates of the Leading Young Fellowship Program. Mine is just to tell other fellow that this is not the end of fellowship. There are still other opportunities outside there with other fellowship program that we can join and do our best and learn from it. I will give two sentiments before I sit down. One is our attitude is everything. When we change our attitudes, you change our life. That is from the words of Jeff Kelly, where attitude sums to 100% of our life. So let's change our attitudes to everything. The online academy was a simple one and an easy one. As a person, I got to understand a small trick that found me to be the top. I think Joy Lisa can bear me witness, because in a day I could send more than 80 messages to a simple one question, answering 80 times in a day. That is why I'm standing here today. So I'm pleased to be here, and I'm also proud of all other members, because all of you are winners and not only me. Then secondly, what keeps me going, even in the County Assembly of Busia, because I owe them also this, because they supported me to this end, is to manage my time, not to manage time, but to manage yourself. Those are words of John Maxwell. So ladies and gentlemen, I will urge that when we want to manage, let's not manage our time, because everybody has 24 hours. Even anyone who is so rich has only 24 hours, not more than 24 hours. But before I sit down, I would like to thank my coach, because wherever I stand right now, it is to the honor of my coach, Edna. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you to ICC, Ford Foundation, and all the other partners to this Leading Young Fellowship. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nancy. Let's celebrate her and appreciate her. And Honorable Genyi once again. There's a special group of people that we are going to appreciate now before we go into hearing the different addresses. And this is coaches. I've been working hard behind the scenes, working with every one of you as the fellows. I'd like to call all the coaches up, please, if you can come to the dais. And also request once again Senator Sakaja, Senator Moya, Honorable Irene, and Honorable June. Please, if you could come and just take a photo with all the coaches so that we can honor them in this moment for the work they have been doing behind the scenes. Coaches, please. Karibuni sana. Karibuni. All the coaches in the house, let's get to the dais. Karibu sana. Well done, coaches. These are esteemed coaches. Amazing. I don't know if we'll fit. I think we may have to cover a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, we'll do it very quickly so that you don't stay there too long. Thank you, everybody. Let's celebrate the coaches once again. I now hand over to Honorable Chris Mark to lead us in the next segment. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, I think it's not, oh, it's working, yeah? So again, I'm happy to also be here, and even just to commend the ones who have gotten those awards, including me, Makofi Kidogo. So it's just, I say, before I go to even call the person who's going to speak to us tonight, the two valedictorians, one of them being Okademi. Those are people who really deserve that opportunity. Okademi is a lady who we've done a Zoom meeting due to Corona when she was hiking. That's how strong that lady is. And it's not just physical strength. I know she's also strong politically. And I know Busia County has a leader of the coming days. Honorable Lenny may look very humble, but he's very tough. I can tell you for sure. When the current speaker or the former speaker of Bomet rose to become the deputy governor, at his young age, he went for that seat. So he's someone we really respect. And before I even call is to actually thank the senator of Nairobi. He's our host. He and the landlord wetu hapa. He's the landlord of Sarena. And thank you for allowing us to be in your great county. So the speaker we're going to call next is from ICC. He's a founder of actually this Leading Young program, for those who may not know. And he's also a senior pastor at the ICC. And he's one of those guys who's usually cool and around the room. You'll never know his position. He'll always come and ask you, how's Laikipia, for example? When are you going to have Nyama Choma and what have you? And all that time he's asking me, I didn't know he was the founder of this program. So I'm telling him, I want to sneak a bit from this program and come back. Kumbe ninajisema. This is none other than Reverend Gibson and Duvates. Let's welcome with a big hand of clap. At least he can give us a word. Karibu.
Thank you so much. I think, Honorable Chris Mark, I really want to celebrate you and celebrate Hussein, Honorable Hussein, and Honorable June Ndegwa. Because of their passion, we were sold out to this program. So let's put our hands together and let's celebrate these wonderful, wonderful leaders. I want to recognize Honorable Sakaja. Thank you so much for being here. Honorable Isaac Maura, Honorable Irene. Thank you so much for being champions of leading young. Members of county assemblies, now you will be leading young fellows. Leading young fellows. We celebrate each one of you. And as we go into the next couple of minutes, we would not be here without the partnership of KYPA. KYPA sowed the seed of what could be. We would not be here without the leadership of the KYMCA. Can we celebrate KYPA and KYMCA leadership? We also would not be here without the leadership of the Ford Foundation. Mr. Makolo, Maurice Makolo and Ms. Margaret Mliwa, they bought into the vision of this program. And I also want to ask us to celebrate them for believing in this program of Leading Young. Let's celebrate them. I also want to celebrate the coaches and the facilitators. Have the coaches done a great job? Yes, so why don't we celebrate? Let's ask the coaches to stand, the facilitators. If we can have the coaches stand, the facilitators, let's have them stand. Let's celebrate these men and women for a wonderful, wonderful, amazing job done. Thank you so much. I also would like to celebrate our team from ICC, our pastors, our deacons, our staff who are here, and also Bishop Kitoto, our General Superintendent in the Kenya Assemblies of God. Our ICC team, could you please stand? I know you are spread around the room. Let's celebrate these wonderful, wonderful men and women. On November the 22nd, 1963, JFK was shot. Actually, I should have said President J.F. Kennedy. He was shot in Dallas, Texas. He was 46 years old. He died on that day. But he had an event for which he was going to speak that evening. And I was amazed by the speech that he was going to give that evening and some of the words that he was going to speak. This is the speech that he was going to read, part of it that evening. He said, he was going to read the speech and he said, "Neither the fanatics nor the faint-hearted are needed. And our duty as a party is not to our party alone, but to the nation, and indeed to all mankind. Our duty is not merely the preservation of political power, but the preservation of peace and freedom." He goes on and says, "So let us not be petty when our cause is so great. Let us not quarrel amongst ourselves when our nation's future is at stake. So let us stand together with renewed confidence in our cause, united in our heritage of the past and our hopes for the future, and determined that this land we love shall lead." You know, I thought about those words this last week. He says, "Determined that this land that we love shall lead all mankind into new frontiers of peace and abundance." And when you think about the American nation, I think they are walking through territories that they have never been in before. I was telling some of my friends that they now have had a president who is African in nature. You know, they didn't find it funny when I said that. And I only discovered maybe I shouldn't have said that after I had said it. But I found it interesting that the Americans are walking through a season that they never thought they would be in before. But when you think about J.F. Kennedy, he has this place in history as a leader who was a transformational leader. He set a dream, and he said, within this decade, we will send a man to the moon. At that time, they didn't have the technology to send a man to the moon. But the moment that he cast the vision, he said, by the end of this decade, we will send a man to the moon. The Americans put their focus on sending a man to the moon. He was a transformational leader. And I thought about his words, that we're not here to protect our party ideology. We're not here to fight and preserve power, but we are thinking about the nation and the future of the nation. And I think that at the heart of Leading Young, at the heart of this fellowship, is to raise leaders, men and women that are servant leaders, men and women that have at their heart a transformational desire that we are thinking not just about ourselves, but we are thinking about our children and our children's children. We are thinking all the way to generations to come. You see, I'm in a space where when I'm making decisions, I think about what is the impact of my decisions on my children. But the other day I was having a conversation with my children, and they started talking about their own children and the kind of dreams that they have for their children. And it made me realize that I need to stop thinking about the impact of my decisions to my children, and I need to start thinking about their children and their children's children. That I have to be asking myself, what kind of nation will my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, what kind of nation will they grow up in? And I think that more than anything else, that's a place that we constantly have to come back to. That what is the impact of my decisions? There in Kitui County, Honorable Harrison. What is the impact of the decisions that you're making on the generations to come? And when those generations to come, when they speak about you, what will they say about you? You see, each one of us carries something that I call a seed. Each one of us here has a seed in their hands. When you think about a seed, in that seed, there is a tree. But inside that tree, there is a forest. And we always have to think about what's the ripple effect of the things that we do. What's the ripple effect of the decisions that we make? What's the ripple effect of our compromise? What's the ripple effect when we go with a decision that's not just? What's the ripple effect on the society that's around us? And when we think about what's the ripple effect of what we do, then we begin to look at the things that we are doing through a different set of lens. And what we hope is that as we have walked with you this 1 year, that as you look at the decisions that you're making, we pray for you that you will become the members of parliament, you will become the senators, we pray that you will become the governors, we pray that you will be the cabinet secretaries. I always tell my good friend here, Honorable Sakaja and Honorable Maura, that our prayer is that out of this Leading Young program, God willing, one day we will have a president that has come through this program. So our commitment, we are not thinking 5 years, we're not thinking 10 years, we are thinking the next generation. And that's our focus. And we thank God that in that dream that God gave us, He then sent us partners in Ford Foundation, He sent us partners in KYPA, in the KYMCA, and we are excited at what God will do in the future. And I pray that as you wear that badge of being an alumni of this program, that you will wear it proudly, you will wear it boldly, but also you will represent as well. Part of the fights that we have had when we meet with our members of parliament and our senators is we fight over how they have represented us in some of the various forums and through some of the decisions that they have made. But we want to pray that through this inaugural year, that you will represent as well. That as we go through the next cohorts, that we can look back and say, you know what, when you look at Hussein, look at what Hussein is doing. When you look at Chris Mark, this is what they are doing. When you think about Leonard, this is the amazing work that they are doing. And so our relationship with you does not now end. You don't say, now I've graduated and the program has come to an end. We still want to be available to support you. We want to be available to bring resources around you. And we want to be a place that you can come to for the support that you need. We want to believe that if you need coaching beyond this season, now we were the ones putting pressure on you that you need coaching. But what we want is now for you to come and say, you know what, I would love to continue being engaged in a coaching relationship. That where I am, this is the kind of support that we need. Because as you thrive, then our dream will have been met. Each one of us has a seed. The Bible says, don't despair the days of humble beginnings. The challenge is that when we look at our seed, we say, my seed is too small. But I pray that when you look at the seed, you see in it the tree. When you look at that seed, you see the forest in there, in the tree. And that you have an awareness that the ripple effect of your decisions, the ripple effect of your commitments will live on beyond you and will affect generations to come. So we are so honored at ICC that we can be a part of this program. We are so glad to have worked this year with you. We are excited for you in the years that are ahead. And we are excited to even have some of you come back and share your experiences to those that will come after you. Will you be ready to come? Yes, we look forward to hosting you to come and share your experience to those who will come through this program in the years that are ahead. So once again, thank you so much, each one of you. We love you and we're praying for you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Anduvate. Hello. Okay. Thank you, Reverend Anduvate. We can all recall that when we started this program, he taught us about the bubble. And we all were living in that bubble in a way as leaders, where we did not want to be told the truth. And he told us if this bubble would burst, we would be in problems. So we commend him for that, and thank you again for that powerful sermon you've given us. So the next chance would go to the Ford Foundation, but the Ford Foundation are not here. And there's also a request. There's just someone who wants to say something on behalf of the pastoralist community. You know, the KMC is a big fraternity. They even have a representative for the pastoralist community. Hussein, just a second and then we continue, please.
Hii ni kunibembeleza. Unajua nilikuwa mkia. Super Senator Mudosi and Senator Cheriot, Honorable Irene, Honorable Members, Chair Lady yetu akiwa MCA, pigia makofi. Unamwoni Chair Lady bwana. Mine is to congratulate all of you, ICC and Duvate. You guys have been very fair. Winnie, I was telling Winnie, the time I saw Leonard and Academia, nikajua hii mshafanya homework. Ni watu wa kusoma kidogo kidogo. And wengine wana text BBI has come, but you know sasa this is not the right forum. We have to agree to disagree. So therefore wafugaji tunapatana hapo nje, tunaangusha ngamia. Hata kama mimi nilishikia mkia, kuna next time. Asanteni sana.
Huyo tutamsaki kwa Yusuf aje. Tumesema BBI ni nini? So the Ford Foundation has been very instrumental, not just by financing this program, but they've been instrumental in how it is structured. And they would have wanted to be with us here tonight, but they are somewhere outside the city working to also make sure such a similar program benefits many other youth around the country. But to that effect, Margaret Muliwa said that she will not be with you physically, but she will be with you digitally. So I think, Winnie, the video, please. Yes, the Ford Foundation, we are very grateful. Even before I call the next speaker, also to recognize the presence of our able senator, Senator Maura. I always find him a tough person because he has been nominated with two parties that do not like each other, or rather were not like each other until there was a handshake. First by ODM and now by Jubilee. That is historic. I don't think there's anybody historically who has done that. And also to commend him because there's something he always puts on Twitter. It's called Mwaura Speaks. It's usually motivational because there's one I read, he said that in African politics, you have to be chosen popularly. But again, to perform or just to do your mandate, you must do an unpopular decision. So as a leader in Africa, you don't know how to balance that. It becomes a quagmire. So the next speaker, he's the reason why we want term limits for MCAs, because he's actually doing the second term, and he would also go for that term if he's allowed. He's also the SG for the County Assembly Forum. This is none other than Honorable Chepkwon, who came all the way from this KYMCA. He's actually the KYMCA who lobbied, nominated him to go to the CAF. So we are still our bosses. So welcome, Honorable Chepkwon, and give us a few of the remarks on behalf of the CAF. Unajua CAF ni wadosi wetu, hebu pigeni makofi. That the ones negotiating for us, eh?
Thank you, our organizing secretary at KYMCA, Chris Mack, Senator Sakaja, Mwaura, Reverend Duvate, our very good friends from Ford Foundation, in absentia, I hear they are not here, ICC, my colleagues, fellas, good evening. Good evening once again. I wouldn't want to take much of our time today because we are here to celebrate the time, the engagement that we have had through this Leading Young program. I come to you with a message from the County Assemblies Forum. I have a message that I will be reading from the chairman, Ndegwa Wahome, who would have been with us here. However, we are out visiting the county assemblies to be able to have a conversation on our interests. And I wouldn't want to go beyond there because I am not sure of who we have here. But later on, we can have an attete with the MCAs here. So honorable members and the MCAs who have graduated today through this program, I feel challenged today that I'm happy to see some of the people we have grown in the youth sector, in the youth leadership, as we progressed. Earlier on I spotted Lydia here. I would have really desired that Lydia makes a comment. You know, without being mentored, without training, it is like you have a panga, unatumia kukata, lakini kama hutainoa, in due course, it will be blunt. So I think that we have found friends in Ford Foundation and ICC as the youth that are going to mentor us and be able to take us through as we grow in leadership. We have a reason to really celebrate them and thank them and ensure that whatever we have learned in this program, we implement. And also, the one challenge that I once challenged even my coach, Ombewa, Nick Ombewa, I spotted him today with a tie and always in the specs. Thank you so much, coach. I challenged him that in due course as we progress, this program should be able to enable us to now learn how we can be able to also mentor others because we don't have the luxury of time. 5 years ago, I turned 30, 5 years ago. Now, as I progress closing into Sakaja, if you're stagnating, what am I going to do to the 5 years ago who were 25 or who were 20? It is a real challenge for us. I look around this room today, and I'm happy that about 10 of us here are people who we grew in, even in the parties, in the youth leagues, in the parties. When we didn't know, the gentleman from Garissa, Kiingereza ilikuwa shida kidogo. That is why we ensure that he befriended Chris Mack to be able to teach him even how to be in Nairobi. And we celebrate Hussein. He has come a long way from URP party. I see the likes of Chris Mack. Yes, Chris Mack will attest to what I'm saying. He will attest to what I'm saying. And even our friend from Bungoma, our vice chair, tumetoka mbali. So I really celebrate every one of you. I celebrate every one of you. To the ladies here, allow me to mention the tough four. That is the lady from Busia, the lady from Kirinyaga, lady from Muranga, and our president, of course. Hao wanatupelekanga mbio sana. That's why we have had to really work hard. Leni hata umejaribu, my friend. Congratulations. Kufika hapo mahali umefika with the 4 tough ladies, it was not easy. So we celebrate all of you. The one thing I can only challenge you, all of us here, we are here together now. The question is, in the next 10 years, will we be still the same pack and in different capacities and better people than now? Hii nchi kina Sakaja wanamalizia yao in the next 10 years. In the next 15 years and 20 years, sisi tuko pale. So we have to really challenge ourselves and be ready to take up the mantle of leadership in this country. In 10 years, Sakaja wewe utakuwa unatuambia wewe ni mzee kidogo. So we really celebrate every one of you, and I challenge all of us. Go out there, be ye the leaders. As you are young now, you believe you are young, time doesn't wait for you. So I wouldn't want to go beyond there. Chris Mark, if you allow me now, I read a message from our chairman that he would have been here, but now that he's in Mombasa, so that County Assemblies Forum, for that case, for the knowledge of those who are new here, is the entity that brings together all the MCAs in this country, where KYMCA is a chapter under CAF, where the chairman, Ndegwa Ome, is the speaker for Nyandarua. So I will read his message for this function. That greetings from the office of the chairman, County Assemblies Forum, and the speaker, Nyandarua County. That Leading Young started as a 8-week leading program based on a book on the same title by the International Christian Center, Nairobi Senior Pastor Reverend Gibson Aduvate, to equip young adults on principles of values-based leadership and adding value to humanity. It has now grown into a value-based leadership training and development program with a key focus on developing effective leaders who possess strong values for good governance. Leading Young targets cohorts of young individuals elected into public office, such as governors, senators, women reps, members of parliament, and members of county assembly. This program, made possible through partnership between Kenya Young Parliamentarians, Kenya Young Members of County Assembly, Ford Foundation, and ICC Nairobi. Approximately 1 in 3 Kenyans, so for us to know, are between the age of 0 to 14 years. And approximately over 60% of the total population is below the age of 35. This is replicated almost in every country in Africa. Who will lead this young population? Who will shape the future of the economic empowerment of this young population? Who will offer leadership in business, entrepreneurship, civic engagement, good governance for such a young population? The answer is with us leaders, whether in government, civil society, or in private sector. The need for us to come together and invest in grooming these robust, result-oriented young people who are filled with zeal, optimism, and idealism, and who are surely going to take Kenya and Africa at large to new heights. Leading Young Fellows Fellowship Initiative came at the right time in making of history of the future of this country. I'm highly convinced that the young leaders graduating from this cohort today are not only empowered, but also energized, ready for takeoff to become change makers in the society they come from. With your training, we expect nothing less than your proactive and objective contribution as young leaders on the current discourse pertaining recommendations contained in the Building Bridges Initiative report and the proposed constitutional amendment thereof for a better, united, and prosperous country. We also expect you to offer innovative solutions and leadership during these unprecedented times of COVID-19. Signed, Chairman Ndegwa Wahome, CAF Chairperson. I thank you. So that is the message from our chairman, and receive greetings and apologies from her, and our CEO also who could not join us. And I want to appreciate Fred and the team who are sitting at CAF offices. And the message that I was sent by the CEO is that CAF offices will continue to be open for engagements under KYMCA, and seeking that we continue the partnership with CAF. So I thank you, and thank you everyone, and congratulations everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, our SG. Opora and Honorable Chege from Muranga. Mulikuwa mnaanza maneno ya car grant kwa BBI na pension. That is our SG. You can ask him about that. Also in the house tonight, we'd like to recognize the presence of Mzalendo Trusts, Madam Caroline Geta. They've also been helping at least people to understand what the assemblies do. They do our rankings. And by the way, Laikipa is doing good, so just to note. So they do the rankings and they help us know what is happening in these assemblies. Even if, before I call the next speaker, also to recognize the presence of the women rep from Kitui. She's doing a tremendous bill in the assembly. I think it's the whistleblowers bill. We are saying that in our society we need a place where people can actually point out on corruption, because corruption is eating away a lot of resources and money in our country. So the next speaker, I got to know him when he was trying to vie for an MCA in, I think, Kayole. And he has always convinced me that he has never lost. It is that the votes were not enough. So I've been waiting for him to go back to the ground. 2017, he said not yet. 2022, not yet. So this is none other than Buluma, who has, wacha nimstaki kwa sababu Senator Sakaya yuko, who has always had privileges in airports, in hotels, claiming to be the senator when the senator is not around. This is none other than Anthony Buluma. I once saw him in the VIP at JKIA, and I heard him saying that he's the senator of Nairobi, and they let him in. So karibu Buluma, so that at least you can invite for us the next speaker. Thank you.
Check. Check, check, check. Check. All right. It's on to me. Thank you, Chris Mark. Chris Mark is my brother. We have walked this journey from a long time, like he pointed out, way back in 2012. Chairman, Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association, Super Senator Sakaja Johnson, Senator Mwaura, who serves in the Speaker's panel of the Senate, and also serves as our team leader for the Leading Young under KYPA. The Honorable Irene Kasalu, Women Rep, Kitui County, and a member of the Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association. Reverend Anduvate, Senior Pastor, ICC, the team leader. My good friend Caroline Gaita, whom we invited to be part of this celebration from the Mzalendo Trust. Recognize the leadership of KYMCA led by June Degwa, the chair, representation from CAF led by Chepkwoni, distinguished graduates who are also active members of the Kenya Young Members of County Assemblies. Good evening. Good evening. My task is very simple, to make this as short as possible so that we are able to avoid situations that might lead to some of us getting arrested because of the curfew time. Therefore, I'll just restrict myself to the substance of this program. And I want to sincerely start by congratulating the members of county assemblies who've been very devoted and dedicated when it comes to attending to this program. You recognize that when we started, this program started just slightly after, just before we got into this situation of COVID. So it became very difficult for members to be able to convene physically, and we therefore opted to go the virtual route. And I can confirm, and it is on record, that even through the virtual route, they have stayed dedicated and committed. So this celebration is truly a true reflection of hard work and commitment by a team of young leaders who are determined to change the narrative when it comes to the perceptions that we've been having about MCAs. Secondly is to thank the team that has been behind the curtains, starting with my own team from the office, the secretariat, who are here. They were recognized, but it's always courteous that as their team leader, I go the extra mile and recognize them again. Our team leader for this particular program from the secretariat has been Benjamin Sule. Please be upstanding. Benjamin Sule, I will one time tell you a story. He came in as an intern. Now he's a programs boss at KYPA. He was working hand in hand with Elvis. Elvis joined us not so long ago
but equally has been very, very useful when it comes to the entire planning and execution of this. Then we have Nancy. Nancy is the person who confirms that by tomorrow, all the reimbursements will be, remitted to everyone who is supposed to get. And Nancy is also one of the very most dedicated individuals serving with us as a finance manager. Please be upstanding, Nancy. Then we have from the communications, I'm sure tomorrow on your Twitters, on your Facebook, you'll be seeing a lot of what was going on tonight, courtesy of none other than Senteman Mayani, who is our communications manager. Additionally, Chair, we were very privileged to have subjected some individuals through a very rigorous process to select them to be the first to be the first secretariat for the Kenya Young Members of County Assemblies, because we had learned from the past. And we were able to shortlist two very competent individuals who I want to celebrate. They might not have been as visible as you'd imagine, but it's because of their dedication that this has been possible. Frederick and Ruth. Please be upstanding. Ruth has left. She has left. Or she's around. So these two individuals have been very dedicated and following up with the MCAs. And I can confirm to you, honorable members, it's not always easy. And I can tell you that you can make calls because of your busy schedules and whatnot, so sometimes you don't get those calls returned. So the temptation to give up is usually the easiest. But they have stayed true to their calling, they have stayed focused and ensured that we are able to pull this through. I want to also thank ICC, sincerely led by Winnie. Winnie is one very extraordinary lady who, when I am not able to reach my coach, I treat her as one, because I call her and tell Winnie, I have this and that I need to reflect on. And she's able to give guidance. And beyond that, Winnie is part of the success story that you're having. And I pray that in future, we'll have a special way to celebrate her commitment and dedication to this process, because I know for a fact there has been meetings, there has been forums to just sit and plan for this to be a success. And we don't take it for granted. We recognize and appreciate you. And I extend that also to Pastor Eve, who also reaches out regularly to check on us and find out how everything is faring on. And we celebrate you. As come to the close of my statement, I just want to point out that this has never been about us as individuals, because I think the culture we've nurtured in KYPA has not been a culture to glorify Anthony or glorify Benji or anybody of that sort, but it has been about dedicating ourselves to what we are convinced is bound to change the story of Kenya. Initially, when we approached Ford Foundation, our intentions were give us money to go and train MCAs on maybe budget-making processes. And that would have been very fun. But after consultations and then building on ideas, we realized that there's a more urgent need. And that need is about the capacity, leadership development capacity of the members of county assemblies and members of parliament. And we were totally bought into the idea. As we were discussing that, we were introduced to ICC. And for a moment, we became a bit hesitant. We were like, wow, are we able to get into a marriage with ICC? Because we've not worked before. But after several meetings, we realized that we have so many things that we share in common. Pastor Reverend Anduvate had already done a book that is coined as Leading Young. They had interactions with John Maxwell that we needed those links. And we said, this is an opportunity that we cannot walk away from. And courtesy of that today we are celebrating this type of an event, where we are celebrating the first cohort to have successfully undergone through an intense program of being shaped as leaders of not just tomorrow, but today. So I just want to thank ICC for also believing in us. I want to thank the Ford Foundation in absentia for having, taken the risk to give us their generous support that has allowed us to convene. And thank the entire leadership of KYPA for having also allowed us to be able to convene and do all this. As I conclude, and as I thank different groups, I want to, in a special way, also recognize Senator Mwaura, who's been the team leader. Sometimes, Chair, when it gets tough, I call him and I tell him, this thing is likely to go down if you're not able to intervene. So I tell him, just reach out to the members and find ways. Because again, sometimes to mobilize is not easy. And he's been available every time I reach out. And I thank him for being able to believe in that this thing has a promise for what Kenya needs in the coming years. I thank also this gentleman who introduced me. Chris Mark is the organizing secretary for KYMCA. Chris Mark is the one who whips most of these members when they are not able to probably avail themselves. So when Kina Elvis call me and they tell me there's a challenge, the first person I call is Chris Mark, and by extension Hussein, who are able to whip their membership, and I thank you also in a very special way. Thank you, and as I conclude, is just to share that consistently, every big dream can only be attained from the point of realizing that real change begins with you. I have personally made it a deliberate attempt that confronted with an opportunity to grow, I will start by growing myself, by allowing myself to expose myself to the challenges that are before me, and then thereafter grow the people around me, which are my community, and extend that to the country at large. And I'm saying this because this process, directly or indirectly, has helped me to shape up and grow. I never knew a lot of things, because when I was given this opportunity to serve as the CEO of KYPA, I had not served in a similar capacity before. So I took it up and I said, I have never set up a secretariat. Today there's a secretariat. I have never been involved in the coordination of members of parliament. Today we are able to do that. And I thank God and the leadership of KYPA for this opportunity. I am not very good in public speaking, so I will stop at that and introduce. It would be unfair for me not to allow the Honorable Irene Kasalu, who was celebrated in our last dinner as one of the most dedicated members of parliament who attended frequently her coaching sessions, and I think she got an extra award on top of what the others got. So it's my pleasure to invite you to say something briefly, and then you can introduce the chair. Please, let's appreciate.
Thank you, Mr. CEO, my colleagues, the chair, that is Super Senator Sakaja, Senator Maura, Reverend Aduvete, honorable members of County Assembly. I came here to just enjoy myself and enjoy the meal. But I'm happy that I'll be given this opportunity to congratulate you, even as I celebrate you for undergoing and going through successfully the Leading Young program. I know it's not an easy one, it's very tedious, but my hope is that as you come out of here, this program is not going to be in vain. I hope that as you go back to your areas, you're going to lead with a difference. And I remember earlier this evening, as we were discussing with the referent, we asked ourselves, why is it that today we don't have a 40-year-old running for the president of this country? And I'm hoping that we are not going to retire. The MCA who spoke on behalf of CAF said that he hopes that Sakaja is going to retire. But my hope is that I am going to advance after my 2 terms because I must get a pension. I want you to see my smile, so allow me to remove this now. So my hope is that each one of us here, we go back to our areas, we represent with a difference, you get your pension, you come to for my seat, and I go for the governor's seat. Can we commit that to ourselves? We must be able to allow the other young people as well to take up the mantle. So even as we are mentored here today, let's go for 2 terms. Let's allow somebody else to take up the mantle, go for the constituency seat. Let Kasalu go for the governor's seat. Let Sakaja go for the presidency. And I think that is something we can do as youth, isn't it? I had promised myself to talk very briefly, and I want to leave you with the words of Benjamin the Israel, that everything great that has been done by the youth. And you guys now are equipped, so go out there and do exactly that. Thank you. And I think with those few remarks, who am I supposed to invite? I'll invite Super Senator, our very able chair, to come and give his remarks. Thank you.
Is this on? Thank you. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Kasalu, for your remarks, ladies and gentlemen. My role today is very simple. I'll give a vote of thanks and closing remarks. But first, I'd like to ask Honorable Ndegwa June Juliet, Juju. You must say something. I know you gave your opportunity to Honorable Chepkoni, but just come say hi. And then we shall move forward from there. Karibu. Of course, you know you knew you wouldn't get away with it, huh?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Evening, habari yenu, mko salama? Thank you, Honorable Sakaja. I think people do not know that I used to carry your diary for you. And I was like the person who was following you around. And I know it is good that you see your proteges and your people where they have reached. And asante sana, thank you for the opportunity. Young MCAs, I am super proud of everybody. Super proud of Baringo. He was involved in an accident, but he has managed to do this. He was in crutches. I mean, even in this COVID times. Before I say something, I have two vice chairs, Naomba. But one is not around. Lawi is not around. We know what he's going through. And if I don't give this mulmulwas a chance, atani maliza, ama nichukulie signatures. Boss, karibu sana.
Thank you. Super Senator, Honorable Sakaja, who's our father and our mentor, Honorable Mwaura, Honorable Irene, Reverend, my colleague MCAs, everyone here today, praise the name of the living God. My name's Luke Opora. I'm the Vice Chair to Honorable June Ndegwa of KYMCA in Bungoma County, where I come from. I'm the Chairman of Youth and Sports. But back at home, as they always call me, I'm Mulmuluas, kijana fupi round, huwezi jua mbele iko wapi, nyuma iko wapi. Makofi kwangu. Asante. First and foremost, I want to thank KYPA because Senator has been our father and our mentor. The far we've reached as KYMCA is because of the journey we were born in Mombasa. Our lives have changed since then. It's not been an easy journey. Us being here today with ICC and everyone is a great honor and privilege. We want to thank you, Senator, because you have mentored us as your young members of county assemblies, and we are grateful. Secondly, I want to thank ICC. Personally, this program has touched me. In fact, Reverend, I want to pray and believe that this life of politics is very hard. I will want to request, the way you said you can continue mentoring us, I'm ready to start biblical classes in ICC, and if possible, if you can appoint me the Bishop of ICC, Bungoma, if you open a branch there, so that if the word of politics becomes hard for me, I can eventually become a reverend or a pastor like you and do the work of God, which is service to humanity. I'll be honored and grateful if you have a branch of ICC in Bungoma. Finally, as I finish, I want to congratulate each and every person who was here today and has graduated today. It's been a good experience. The reason why I really asked my chair to speak is because I want you guys to understand that this life is not as easy as people think. Myself, as Luke Opora, I can say, I know the word hustler does not sound good in this country, but I'll say I'm one of them. I'm a hustler. Since I started this program, I had not planned my life. I became an MCA without any degree. I had just finished my A-levels. I started university, but because of here and there sometimes some rudeness, bad behavior, I was never keen with my university studies. I'm standing here today, courtesy of my coach, Ben Wekulo, who has been really inspiring to my life. I've tried to focus and put my things in place. I'll be graduating on 18th of December, Masinde Muliro University. And further thing that I've learned in this thing, I've learned that family is a key value. I have a wife and 3 children. I was this man who never used to consult with my family. I wanted to do things on my own. I wanted to drive things on my own. But today, as I stand here, I want to tell you, I cannot eat anywhere or do anything without calling my wife. because my coach has made me to ensure that consultation is very key. So members, to me, this program has been amazing. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to ICC. I'm grateful to Ford Foundation. I'm grateful to our Super Senator for mentoring some of us. And I believe even my young people in Bungoma there, they're proud of me because I'm here to serve them. I'm here because of them, and I'll always glorify them. As I sit down, they always say, when you look at the lips of a king, you may think he has never sucked his mother's breast, but he did, and we are no different. Let's keep on dreaming. Let's stay strong. God bless you all. Asante sana. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm humbled to be here. I'm always humbled to serve KYMCA. We have come a long way. Even we never knew each other, but now at least you can be able to even give 2 or 3 of the members. We are 1,027, Honorable Sakaja. So you can imagine by the time you get to know Opang, by the time you get to know Leila from Kakamega and stuff, it has been quite a journey, but we thank God. We are elated because this is the next generation of leaders that we have in this house, and I am blessed to be part of them. I am blessed to have had a lot of interactions with them and what we are with us today. I remember this year has been very crazy for us, Bishop Gibson. This has been crazy for us because it's a year of COVID, and we have actually lost 5 MCAs to COVID. And I would like us just to have 30 seconds moment of silence just to remember those who have left us, especially because of the trying times that we are having. Can we please stand for about 30 seconds? Thank you. You might be seated. We have learned a lot in this particular program. Some of us graduated last year and were just monitoring from afar. But most of all, I have come to realize that most of us have gotten confidence. They have gotten confidence in whatever they are doing. They have people like Opora have gone back to school and are now graduating. They are making alternative economic drives. People wameanzisha mabiashara za kuuza kuku, sijui kufanya, all those things. So guys are not even relying on their own salary. So this program has actually brought a lot of personal growth to each and every person, and I actually think that that is a very big step. Not very many people are able to change the way they are doing and how they do things. So I think the leadership skills have grown, especially if you grow your own personal self. Number 2 is that I've realized that people are fighting less. Hussein is fighting less with Opora. We are all fighting less. So the reactions, how to react, it has brought people together. And guys have learned when to react, how to react, when not to react, and how not to react. And Chepkonyi was telling me that we have actually become the undisputed leading young fellows in this country. So I can promise you that you have your next senators, you have your next MPs, you have your next speakers of county assemblies, and even maybe clerks of county assembly. We have Makueni, one of our MCAs, who applied for position of a clerk and was very, very successful, and therefore has resigned from being an MCA into a clerk. I have heard rumors that this program is about to end, but I'm here to say and to ask kindly that it cannot end here. We have 47 members who have taken this so far, and we are 1,027. Surely this is a drop in the ocean, and so we'll continue praying and fasting. Tony is normally our bishop. Sometimes he sends us Bible verses. So if this program can continue, we'll be very, very, very grateful. I want to thank CAF specifically. I know Honorable Sakaja is going to do the vote of thanks, but CAF has housed the Secretariat of KYMCA, and this Secretariat has been very, very instrumental. We have Yvonne, and we have Frederick, and we have Ruth. These people started on 0 salary, and they just came in to try and assist us. But so far, so good. We have seen what they have become. We have brought in NDI to be able to assist them and to be able to just give them something to take home. And so therefore, KYMCA would not have been without this particular secretariat. So I want to give them a special, special thanks. I cannot leave the stage without introducing my very able NEC team. Chris Mark, please kindly stand up if you're part of the NEC. Ndio watu wajue nyinyi ni kina nani. Of course, we have seen Opora from Bungoma, Shankaron, Mandera County, Leila, who's our treasurer from Kakamega, Chepkonyi, who is our SG of CAF, but he has refused to leave SG, Deputy SG of KYMCA. We have Mahelo from Kakamega as well. Brayo from Migori County. Obado, watu wa Obado ndio hao. And then we have Hussein from Garissa and Chris Mark from Laikipia. I cannot leave also this stage if I don't leave you guys with a quote. And this quote is one of the quotes that we read from the book of John Maxwell that says, what sets great leaders apart from other leaders is that first of all, they act before others, they do more than others. As simple as that. I want to thank you guys and God bless you all. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Juju. June, we are very, very proud of you. Yeah, as you said earlier, she used to be my KYM. Mtu ya mkono. Now look at her. So next time there's a vacancy, you know where to come for training. Shanka was my, I don't even know what to say, from TNA when I was chair many years ago. Now you're here. I'm so proud of you. If you guys saw Tony when he started working with me, truly there is a God, Ebenezer. But I'm so immensely proud of you, Tony. You're the glue that holds KYPA together and KYMCA. And what you do every day with your entire team, you know, Nancy, Benji, Crane, Elvis, all of you, I'm extremely proud of what you guys are able to do. Kina Chris, Hussein, vijana wangu, Mulumuluwas, and the entire team. You guys make me proud every day when I see what you do. Our guest of honor today is the Speaker of the Senate, who is the patron of KYMCA. He's not been able to make it after today's festivities earlier on, but he has his remarks that are going to be given by Senator Isaac Mwaura. Senator Mwaura, as well, is a member of the Executive Committee of KYPA. Senator from Kiambu County, Mudhugu wa Ruiru, the team leader of Leading Young. I served with him in the last parliament, the National Assembly, and now we're together in the Senate. So I'll invite Isaac to give the remarks. First of all, your remarks as well as the remarks of the Speaker of the Senate, and then we shall close. You know, Reverend Anduvate, this Serena is under Kilimani Police Station. And even though 100 officers were transferred, it's still Kilimani. So we need to close. So Isaac Mwaura, karibu kwanza, and then we shall take it from there. Let's clap for Senator Mwaura.
Thank you very much, Super Senator Sakaja, the Senator for Nairobi, and my friend, for this wonderful moment. Now, I am here because I was asked by the Speaker to represent him. And it was very interesting because I was coming to speak as the team leader of the Leading Young program. But also, I serve in the Speaker's panel of the Senate. As you may all know, Speaker's panel members preside over the House as well. So it's basically like a position of Assistant Speaker. So when the Speaker asked that I represent him, I had no option but to come and do so. But before I read his remarks, it was a very good speech, but not very long. I want to say that I'm very proud of you, all of you, and just to congratulate the Reverend Anduvate for the good work that you've done. Let's clap for him again kindly. And with Pastor Eve Mungai, thank you very much, because you've been very consistent. In fact, it's the troika of you, Pastor Eve, and the indefatigable Winnie. Thank you very much for the good job that you've done. And also, of course, Margaret Mliwa in her absence, and Makolo. But also, Anthony Bloomer, thank you very much, and your team. We've always worked very well since we co-founded the KYPA those days, and also the KYMCA. And by the way, Chris Mark, you are doing very well. I am very proud of you. Chris Mark, you've been very consistent and very, forceful in what you do. And I will also not forget, Carol from Zalendo Trust. Thank you very much. We had a very good session in Lukenya Getaway with 36 young leaders from the political parties, and you supported that very well. And of course, I'm also proud to say that you award the best in parliamentary practice, and I have been a victim, or rather a beneficiary of that, because of the work that I have done. Currently, I'm the person who has sponsored the highest number of bills in the Senate, 5 of them, and I have another 5 coming. So you should note that now in your Muzalendo. And I'm not campaigning. But let me say this. How did I find myself in the Leading Young program? It's because over and above KYPA and the desire to transform, I am a beneficiary of John Maxwell. Because in 2008, I was down and out. I was crushed. I was a defeated person. I had come from an international job, very well paying, in Papua New Guinea. And when I came back, my world was not the same, because I had to start all over again. And as I was walking around Odeon, that time I was only, how old was I? I was 26. I was 26 years old. And when I was there, I saw a book called Failing Forward, written by somebody called John C. Maxwell. And I was wondering, for those of us who have done psychology, there's a guy called John Maxwell. Who is this person? I picked the book, and my life was never the same again. It worked on me, and it was able to make me to be a person that I became. But if you had told me in 2008 that 10 years later, I would moderate a session where John Maxwell would be the chief guest, in the presence of Right Honorable Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and later on the Chief Justice, I would have denied, in the capacity of a senator. So what I'm trying to say is that these books that we read, that of course are the basis of this Leading Young program, are transformational. Currently, Reverend Aduvante, I'm reading No Limits. It's again a book that you gave us here, and it's very, very good. And one of the things that the book says, that I am quoting, if talent does not hustle, hustle always beats talent. So don't sit there and start saying that I'm very gifted. No, if talent does not hustle, hustle always beats talent. So ladies and gentlemen, you could be seated here and thinking, oh, this is very academic, it's very Christian-like. But believe you me, of all the things that you do as a leader, it's a lonely place. And one of the things that I really appreciate about this program is that there is somebody who seems to care about our burden of care. There's somebody who seems to care about our burden of care. And also, there's somebody who is willing to improve upon self, because the skills that we get today are not going to be skills that will be imparted only when we are doing political life. It helps us to be better fathers, mothers, and leaders, even in business. So with those many and few remarks, let me kindly do the honorable thing, but read the speech of my boss. Otherwise, nikikosa kusoma naweza kuambiwa kesho wewe Mwaura pia umeondolewa hapo. So hivyo wacha nitii. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable persons, and congratulations to the inaugural cohort of the Leading Young Fellowship. I will begin, with a short reference to my graduation experience. Although it was not a fellowship like this one, it was still a milestone that remains relevant today. After years of studying in the Kenyan education system, and then in Europe in higher levels of learning, I had a strong conviction that I was prepared for life. From a small village in Western Kenya in the Netherlands, I was clearly ready, at least in my own opinion of myself, I was ready for the outside world. But as I would later learn, being prepared is a continuous process. Underline here, every experience of life, whether it is the start of something or the culmination of another, is a process of preparation. Tonight, I have been invited as a chief guest of this ceremony, and whereas I am honored, you fellows who are graduating from this leadership fellowship program are the real guests. You have undergone training and coaching to help you become a better leader. A year ago in Mombasa, in a meeting just like this one, I said that some of the challenges of young legislators include the pressures of re-election, fulfilling their mandates to their constituents, fidelity to their party leaders and political parties, work-life balance, and the certainty of life after Parliament. It is my hope that through this project, you have acquired the skills and knowledge to navigate through these challenges. Some of the best lessons, if you are attentive, were those that had to be learned outside of the conferences and classes. There were those that were not in your curriculum. If anything, I think that you are better placed to give this speech, to me especially, because I believe that the younger generation, like technology, are the newest versions of humanity, so that you are smarter, faster, more knowledgeable than those of us who are older. Whatever you believe in the creation of, whether you believe in the creation theory or the theory of evolution, the new generation is always better than the former. It is the sons of the patriarchs that came to save them. It is the more advanced organisms that prosper and survive. You are that more advanced generation today that will save us, that will survive, and that will prosper. In this cohort are the next speakers, the next senators, members of the National Assembly, ministers, and perhaps even the president. It would give me great pleasure to one day be given a presidential award by one of you, or to be appointed in the Board of Sports, Arts, and Social Development Fund, since it seems to go to people my age. Over the years, I have served in public service. There are invaluable lessons that I have learned that I hope will encourage you, challenge you, and in some way prepare you for the future. There are three important things: follow, lead, serve. Number one, follow. In whatever path you choose, remember to follow the right footsteps, especially of those who have gone ahead of you and who have thus succeeded. Follow to learn from their decisions, from their mistakes, their successes, and from their experiences. It is said that experience is the best teacher, but they do not have to be your experiences. Find a mentor and make for yourself a personal board of directors. The personal BOD should include 5 key people, namely: 1, someone who is in the field you are in, especially a leader in that field. 2, someone who has been in your circumstances. 3, your greatest cheerleader, someone who will make you feel like you can be the king of the world. And my father was actually my greatest cheerleader. Who is yours? 4, someone who is ready to critique you, your actions and your decisions, who, like in the story of the emperor's new cloth, will tell you that you are naked when everybody else thinks your invisible gown is unlike anything they have ever seen. And 5, which is last, someone of a different generation who can help you with perspectives. There is a saying among the Kikuyu and Kamba people of Kenya that an old man can see while seated what a young man cannot see from atop a tree. However, there is a caveat about following. Remember that even as you follow, your destination is different. Do not follow blindly. Number 2, lead. You are already leaders who have undergone the leadership training and fellowship. So there is not much for me to say here. Remember that you are also a trendsetter, and trendsetters beat their own path for others to follow. Remember the poem by Richard Frost, The Road Not Taken. 3, serve. Today, you graduate from a prestigious program that over 1,000 MCAs wished they would join. For many, such a program, the awards and the experience represent a kind of aspirational loftiness. Do not let this prestige, this privilege, this achievement today, and those accolades that you feel that may be more valuable than the person across the street or the people whom you represent. If you are sharp enough, then you do not need to prove a point. As you lead, remember to serve. Mahatma Gandhi has said that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. A lesson that has been great and impactful in my life and role as a Speaker of the Senate. Give service especially to those who cannot pay you back, those who may look at you and feel unworthy, those who can only pay you back with gratitude. There is more reward in that. Those who may never know that you actually helped. The reality of our time today is that money is everything, and there is the temptation to always do everything for money. In closing, it's my hope that the foundation laid by the lessons in this program are strong enough for the heavy blocks ahead, such as the elections in 2 years, the BBI referendum, the COVID-19 pandemic, just to name but a few. My office remains a great champion for the youth because that is where the future of Kenya is. Congratulations to the inaugural cohort of the Leading Young Fellowship. I thank you. So, do I need to add anything? So I want to say thank you very much and God bless you.
On. Yeah? Yeah, thank you for very eloquently reading the speech of the speaker. Despite the difference between you and him, we could still tell the humor he always has, that he wants to be appointed to the sports board because that's where people his age are appointed to. I think because of the two reasons I stated earlier, I will not say anything much more, just to thank everyone who's been part of this process. It is tremendously useful for us as a country and as young leaders. And we hope, Reverend, that this is really just the inaugural team. We will continue together. The transformative potential of this initiative is amazing. And more of our MCAs can be part of it as we move along. Of course, we recognize they've had a better deal than we had as MPs and senators, but we shall revisit. We have seen. So we shall revisit as Bunge, because this one is really the real deal. MCAs, we are proud of you. I think you're the only ones who don't understand how powerful you are. Even if you look at today's BBI, it's because of you. All those changes that have been made. I want to encourage you to do 3 things. Number 1, to be bold. Yeah? To remain bold as leaders. And I think this is a year of boldness. As we've stood firm as the Senate, in many respects, I'm sure you've been seeing. It's not easy to be bold, but stand bold, even if you're the lone voice. As a leader, never fear to be misunderstood. If you're doing the right thing, and your conscience is clear, keep doing it, they'll understand later. But do it, and stand for something. A leader who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Be known to stand for something. And let me tell you, you will pay the dividends. Today, I'm very happy. If you look at the document that was released, the earlier document had some things I was not happy with. And I was the lone voice. I remember when we went to Naivasha with the president and the former prime minister, all my MPs in Nairobi said, no, you cannot talk about Nairobi County. I said, no. Even the MCAs, we did a press conference, you're happy with what they said. Nairobi County was going. They had transferred the functions by force. So the governor would be a governor of ECD and control of stray dogs. After campaigning in 17 constituencies,
And I was the only one who said, no, we cannot do that. You cannot deny Nairobians devolution. And did a memorandum alone. The MPs told me to keep quiet. But today, just one lone voice has changed that. And Nairobi remains a county. And Nairobi remains with the same right a person in Waithaka has, is the same one in Bungoma, of devolution is the same one in Trans Nzoia. So always stand for what is right. Even if you're the only voice, keep at it. Are we together? Even if you sound like the lonely voice in the wilderness, like John the Baptist, keep doing it, and you will reap from that. Number 2, be equipped. This is just one of the programs that will equip you. It's a key program with your mentor, with your coach. But read. Always have a book that you're reading. Be equipped. Yeah? The Bible says in Proverbs 22:9, do you see a man skilled in his art? He will stand before kings. He will not serve before men, but before kings. Be known for being very good at one thing. That I know if I need somebody to MC, it is Chris Mark who will do it. You know? If I need somebody to lead, it is this one who will do it. If I need somebody to do something specific, even technical, sharpen that skill. And I think lastly, stay grounded, humble, but always remain with a vision and optimism. Yeah? Things might not always look up. Things might not always be, glossy or jolly or positive looking. But as a leader, do not show a face of discouragement to the people behind you. Don't. No matter how tough things might look like. There are many leaders I draw a lot of admiration for. The president, I admire him. There are many times he's faced tough situations, he keeps a brave face. Raila Odinga does the same. He's done it for a long time. The deputy president does the same. Last time he was being booed, but he stood his ground. And again, if you look at the BBI today, everything he spoke about has been done. It's been changed, even as a lone voice. Everything he spoke about, And even those who are saying, we will not change a comma, it's been changed. Because we are one country, isn't it? And that is the direction we're going to go. So as young leaders, this is our time. I know I've been told to resign or to start retiring. We are age mates. And that's the problem. That's the problem of starting when you're very young. Because people think I've been here for too long. I'm just 35, surely. In 10 years, I'll be 45. I'll be 45 in 10 years. Now, that's when I'll be starting. Yeah, and that's when we shall be vying for presidency. So we're still in this journey. Let us stand firm. We've made a lot of gains. But let's always be able to and be ready to hand over to the next team. So thank you so much, Caroline Gaeta. I know she's left. Zalendo, Ford Foundation, Margaret Mliwa, Reverend Gibson, Pastor Eva, and the entire team, Winnie, everyone. We really are so indebted to you. There's no one who's going to speak after me. I told you this is Kilimani. But mkishiko mahali say you're Itsakaja, you'll be let go. Now they are my friends, 100%. And I'm with them every single day. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. And because we may not see each other again this year, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I hope 2021 will be prosperous for you, and make sure you sign the BBI document. God bless you all. Thank you.